Thank you, Chris. Hello, everybody. The other day I was hiking at Marywood. It's the property that's to the west of Laurel Curve, and I came across this animal. It's about this big. It looked at me. It had like this beard. It had pointy ears. It had spots. What's that? A bobcat. Okay, you're with me. So next question. How much do you think an adult mountain lion weighs?
90 pounds.
90 pounds?
110.
The first mountain lion that I recorded with our cameras on the Laurel Curve property was 140 pounds.
Whoa.
That was June 1st, 2014. We started the project in 2013. It was a huge male, and we would get him every other week. For the first year, we got him every other week. After that, it was every single week, until we got a female at the other property, the western side, Marywood. He attempted to cross. What we did was we set up our camera stations in a manner where you can track a mountain lion or any other species of wildlife without having to call to them. We got him coming from SoCal Creek, which is to the south of the property, all the way up. He approached Highway 17. We don't know if he was successful in crossing to get to the female, but we did find his body. He did get hit. And unfortunately, since then, many more mountain lions have been hit in that section, but many more have successfully crossed. So today, we're going to tell you just how we started our project, what we did, and how we got to this point. So, first, I want to get this. May I have that paper right there, please?
This one?
Yes. Now, you all have these little handouts. I'm just going to be referring to this. If you take a look at this, you see the map. You see Highway 17 going right through the middle. The first step, we mentioned Highway 101, we mentioned Highway 280, there's Highway 12, there's highways in Sonoma, there's 395. All of those highways, all the highways in the Bay Area, they're different than 17 in one very important way. And that is, Highway 17 lacks adequate crossing structures for wildlife. 101 has culverts, 101 has bridges, 101 has underpasses, so does 280. Highway 17 does not, especially in the Laurel Curve area. So what does that mean? It means wildlife are crossing at grade at every opportunity. Well, our next step is, well, we know that they're crossing, we know they don't have a way to cross, so we have to do the next step, which is collect roadkill data. So what we do is we conduct routine roadkill surveys. Every week, we're out there, we're looking for any animal that has been hit on the Highway 17, and what we found, the colorful circles, that cluster, that's what we call a hot spot. So basically what that is, it's a concentration of wildlife that were hit in a particular area, and they're continuing to be hit there. This map is old. It has to be updated every week, and the numbers just keep rising. But it tells us something very important. And what that tells us is this is a really good spot where wildlife like to attempt to cross. Okay, so next, what we did, our next phase was we reached out to Chris Wilmers, and he was kind enough to give us his calling data. And you can see that's the green lines that go across the highway. So if you look at that, you're like, well, we have roadkill and we have successful crosses. So the next step is to put up camera stations. And that's what we excel at. And you can see here, how many mountain lions are in this picture? Now you have this picture at your table, I think. I'm just going to pan it around. I'm sure you saw it earlier. How many pumas are in this picture? Two. There's two.
Oh, yeah, now we see the other one.
So you have the adult, the female, and you have the little tiny cub or kitten, whatever you prefer. Now the interesting thing about that is that this one right here is the 20th puma that has traveled that same route that that large male took. So consistently they're traveling on a fire road leading to Highway 17. So what that tells us is we know where collared pumas are attempting to cross. We know where wildlife are being hit. And we know how the uncollared wildlife, gray fox, deer, bobcats, other species, are attempting to approach Highway 17. And because of that information, it helped us figure out the precise location where to put the crossing structure. Yes. So the importance of having a crossing structure for wildlife is, well, first of all, let me ask you a question. Why do you think wildlife move? They're just like us, right? We need to move. It's one of nature's laws. Nature's law reads this: if you don't move, you don't survive. You don't even have a chance. What's that?
To eat and have sex.
Right, to find mates. Number one, to find mates, to find food and water, and what's the other one? The last one, very important, territory. To find new habitat. They're driven to cross any obstacle that comes their way, to cross highways, roads, and if they don't have a viable way to do that, they're going to try to do that anyway. And if you've ever seen a collision, it's extremely catastrophic. But there is a prevention, and with the help of Caltrans and Metro Santa Cruz and UC Santa Cruz, like we found that area, we've gained momentum, and in my opinion, actually Caltrans moved really fast. So because crossing structures are becoming more and more common, we were able to get this underway. And I think when it first started, this structure started off as a tunnel. Everyone called it a tunnel.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be a tunnel. It's going to be a complete, almost like a bridge, right? Because you don't want to just build a structure for one species. You want to build it for multiple species and multiple generations. And because the topography is in the way where it's just leading animals to it, it'll divert water, because that's what culverts are for. All culverts are for is they just divert water away from the highways. But wildlife are smart enough to figure them out. So bobcats, badgers, coyotes, they all use them. But what happens in the winter? Well, in the rain season, they do their job. They get flooded with water. So nothing uses them. But the state-of-the-art new structure is going to allow wildlife to move freely, and it's going to allow us to have safe roads. Everybody, that is my time. Thank you very much.